every man's heart one day beats its final beat. And if what that man did in his life makes the blood pulse through the body of others, then his essence, his spirit, will be immortalized forever.
Baby, I'm loving the way that you hold me. I'm high off the things that you told me. You got me feeling like I'm your number one. I don't want the kind of love that's temporary. All I want a legendary love.
Clubhouse dance music.
Dance music.
You listen to me, you go to the top. You don't listen to me, you're never heard from again.
The answers, I change the question.
I fell in love again. I fell in love. The years have come and gone with no one to hold. All the sleepless nights I spent all alone. I finally realized nothing said was true. Opened up my eyes and stopped loving you. And now I hear your story. Someday I knew you'd want me. Love must have left you lonely, but you no longer haunt me. I fell in love with me again. I'm not that girl you knew. You'll never find a way in. I fell in love again. I heard she let you go. Things didn't turn out how you planned it. What goes around, I know, comes back around in the end. It's time for you to know just how I felt when you left me. You wanted room to grow, and now you're filled with regret.
welcome to this week's edition of Clubhouse Dance Music. My name is CPR Jose Ortiz, and I'll be with you for 2 hours of non-stop, continuous freestyle, baby, right here on 90.7. And coming up at the bottom of the hour, we're going to be joined by Jasmine Denis. We're going to be debuting her brand new song, It's Over Now, and it's happening at the bottom of the hour right here live on 90.7 WDCC. Also, we got very special guests coming into the studio, getting ready for a jam-packed, star-studded Clubhouse Dance Music. The tradition continues. 30 years of non-stop freestyle right here at 90.7.
I didn't want to lie to you, never once did I mean to hurt you. I couldn't face the truth at all. My heart wasn't meant for you. Give me a chance and you'll see my love belongs to you. Hold me and you'll feel the love I have deep inside. I know we can be if you open your heart to me once more. I know we can be if your love believes in me like before. I never meant to cause you pain. I can't explain why I played with your heart. I can't take the fact of losing you to someone else. Let me be the one, and you'll see my love belongs to you. Take me and you'll feel the way I feel deep inside. I know we can be if you open your heart to me once more. I know we can be if your love believes in me like before. I know we can be if you open your heart to me once more. I know we can be if your love believes in me like before.
You're listening to Clubhouse Dance Music.
Give me a chance and you'll see my love belongs to you. Hold me and you'll feel the love I have deep inside. I know we can be if you open your heart to me once more. I know we can be if your love believes in me like before. I know we can be if you open your heart to me once more. I know we can be if your love believes in me like before.
It's the one and the only Jasmine Denis. And I know right here on Clubhouse Dance Music, coming up at the bottom of the hour, we're going to be debuting the brand new track. Stay tuned for more of Clubhouse.
They whisper in your ear, trying to change your mind, wishing that you weren't here, trying to take what's mine. We've heard this all before. They'll forbid this love no more. Knowing when we made this choice, we let no one be best of us have passed, hoping our love would never last. But we've heard this all before. Don't forbid this love no more. Knowing when we made this choice, we'd let no one between us. Now it's time for them to see. Sticks and stones won't break us free. Nothing they say or do could stop me loving you. Now it's time for them to see. Sticks and stones won't break us free. Our souls are intertwined to stand the test of time.
Clubhouse dance music. Dance music. Dance music. Dance music. Clubhouse dance music. Your number one source for everything freestyle.
But we've heard this all before. Don't forbid this love no more. Knowing when we made this choice, we'd let no one between us. Now it's time for them to see. Sticks and stones won't break us free. Nothing they say or do could stop me loving you. Now it's time for them to see. Sticks and stones won't break us free. Our souls are intertwined to stand the test of time.
190.7 FM WTCC. Welcome to Clubhouse Dance Music, the only freestyle show and all of freestyle that matters. And joining us right now, Jasmine. Denis, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm excited to have you here 2 years from your return. You returned in January of 2017, and now here you are in January of 2019, and we're ready to debut yet another new track. I'm truly excited, and thank you for trusting us to debut your new song.
Well, I'm happy to be here, and I'm thankful that you're playing my song. So thank you for having me.
Now, how has your return been? You came back with I Fell in Love, and then you dropped Sticks and Stones. How was the reception for those two songs?
Well, I Fell in Love, I think, did really well. I think a lot of people like that song, and it got a lot of attention for me because I was away for a long time. I don't think Sticks and Stones did too good. I don't know. I don't think people really connected with that song too much.
I think it was because of the fact that I Fell in Love was just a great track. So nobody, sometimes people open their ears to other songs and they appreciate them a little later. But I think it's because I Fell in Love was such a great song and a great hit that anything you followed it up with was just gonna, not be paid attention to because of the fact that they were still in love with that song.
Well, I appreciate it coming from you because you hear every freestyle from every corner of the world.
I do.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much for the support. You've always been there for all of us. I'm sure that all the guys in the studio could say the same thing.
Absolutely.
So I appreciate you. We appreciate you. And, I'm just happy to be making music. It's therapeutic for me. And, when people like it or connect with it, it's just like a plus. So,
well, let's talk about your new song because you're talking about connecting, and in this song right here, you're going to try to connect in a separate, different way. Domestic violence to you is very important, and is something that you fight for that specific cause. Is that correct?
It's something where I'm really honest. I was in a situation about 18, 20 years ago where I was part of a domestic violence type of situation. And it changes the person. Like the person's not kind of the same after that. You have trust issues, a lot of stuff happens mentally and stuff. So I'm hoping that the song will be received well, because it is kind of like an off topic to be singing about in freestyle. So I'm hoping that people will connect with it. I don't know. I'm hoping. I'm nervous. I always get nervous, so I don't know.
Well, you can't be nervous about the writing or the vocal talent that is there. And it's something that you should be proud of. I got to hear the song various times. I think the message is there. The campaign that you want to put forth, where when you release the track, you're going to have a special number that people can use if they're in that situation. I think it's brilliant. So kudos to you for that.
I think we talk about so much about love in freestyle, and sometimes we don't talk about the ugly side of it, that and I can't just say women, a lot of people go through some sort of like domestic abuse, whether it's emotional or physical. And, I think everyone kind of deals with that in some sort of way. Either it's emotional abuse or physical abuse or both.
That's true. So we're going to get into the song right now. It's called It's Over Now. Did you write this yourself?
Yes, I did.
Now, did you have yourself in mind when you were writing this? Is this like vindication to you?
Like I told you, like music to me has always been a way for me to escape. And it's so therapeutic for me, and I love the studio aspect of it, like the whole creative and putting things together. Like it's my favorite pastime. It's a very expensive hobby, like I tell Edwin.
Yes. Mr. 50 to 75,000 an hour, Edwin Ramos, yes.
But it's when you have something that you finish and you could kind of feel proud of, you just hope people can relate to it. You hope someone out there can connect with it, that it makes them a little brave and helps them deal with whatever situation they may be going through. I know friends of mine that are going through this right now. So, it's something that happens.
Well, right now we're going to debut the song, and I hope that you stay online with us so you can hear the reaction with us. And
Okay.
Right now we're going to get into it. Would you like to introduce it?
Well, this is my new song by Jasmine, Denis. It's called It's Over, and I hope you enjoy it. Thank you.
This is CPR Jose Ortiz, Mr. Exclusive. Freestyle premiere on Clubhouse Dance Music and the CPR's Clubhouse Podcast.
190.7 FM WTCC right now. Exclusive brand new music. It's Over Now by Jasmine, Denis right here on Clubhouse.
It started with the simple things. Oh, how I remember. Why are you wearing that? Who were you with? Disguising your anger. It went from hurtful words to balled up fists to gain my submission. So I made up my mind. Stop ignoring the signs. My life is
97 FM WTCC. It's the world premiere of Jasmine Denis. It's over now, and Jasmine, I love the words, I love the song, and I think it's very inspirational. Thank you so much for sharing your talents with us here on Clubhouse and, of course, our podcast.
Well, thank you for having me. I hope that you like the song, and I hope it does well.
I hope so, too. We're going to be playing it every week, so get ready for the reaction of the fans. Right now, the people that are joining us on Facebook Live, they're all chiming in. They're all loving it, which is great. The people in the studio here, we have a star-studded cast. Everyone here got the thumbs up. We got G.A. George Anthony, thumbs up. We got Jay Adams, thumbs up. Shy, thumbs up. Phillip Anthony, thumbs up. Not the thumbs up here.
That's
Wait a
very
minute.
good of some support. That's very good. Your support is important.
Yeah, the thumbs up is great. Hey, Jay Adams, that's not a thumbs up. That's not the right finger, sir.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, that's not the right finger. That's right. Oh, great. Jasmine, thank you so much for joining us here on the show. Would you like to send anybody a shout out? Would you like to send a message out to your supporters?
I of course, to Edwin for helping me with the song, to Alexis for doing the edit, and for everyone who likes freestyle music and who still supports the cause. So I hope you like the song.
What is the release date of It's Over?
I think it's coming out on the 23rd.
So on January 23rd, 2019, you can expect this on your digital distribution sites. I can't wait to purchase my copy.
Thank you very much. I always appreciate your support. I hope you like the song.
Once again, that's Jasmine Denis. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll talk to you soon.
All right. Thank you.
This is CPR Jose Ortiz. Mr. Exclusive. Freestyle premiere on Clubhouse Dance Music and the CPR's Clubhouse Podcast.
And CPR with you. We are Clubhouse Dance Music, and of course, the CPR's Clubhouse Podcast, the world premiere of Jasmine Denis. And it's over now on the only freestyle show that matters. Yeah, I'm popping my collar.
It started with the simple things. Oh, how I remember. Why are you wearing that? Who were you with? Disguising your anger. It went from hurtful words to balled up fists to gain my submission. So I made up my mind. Stop ignoring the signs. My life is
All right, guys. We're all here.
I'm sorry, I'm just judging Shy's response to your question.
What was my question?
What we thought about Jasmine's song. He just said it sounds clear. I'm like, so you heard it clearly. But what did you, like, you didn't really say what he thought about it. It sounds clear.
The message was clear. The message was clear.
It was a really good song, bro. He was like, I heard it.
No, but you know what? If if Shy were to ask, what do you think of my song? And I'm like, oh, it's 128 beats per minute.
Right. He's like, oh, it's written.
Yeah. It's nice. It's written. Nice.
Wow. So you recorded it. Wow.
Wow, you did vocals on it.
I love the backgrounds.
Wow, George Anthony sounds great doing backgrounds. That'd be the biggest slap to the face to any artist.
Yeah,
I love the backgrounds.
Yo,
bro.
he killed it.
George killed it, bro. Shy, you are making New England your new home?
Yes. I've been, we've been like 4 years now. 4 years in the making.
I go back to the first conversation where referee George Anthony, somebody got you riled up, and they were like, yo, you're Shy, and he's not putting you up on stage. And, you remember that, right? Because I remember how angry you were on breakfast the next day.
I remember that.
Referee George Anthony was there, and he called foul, sat us down in what looked to be like, I don't know if it was a seesaw or merry-go-round. I don't know what the heck that was. It was like a caboose. We were discussing that, but do you get it now, sir?
I absolutely get it. I understood. I back then I didn't understand because I guess because of the gap of when you have a gap in your career. As far as I started very early. I started at 16 years old. So, I had the TLR stuff at 16 years old, and I sang with Tito Puente Jr., and then I had to be a big boy. I had a daughter at a very young age. So that gap of 15 years, then to come back and to think it was then what it is now, I was just fooling myself.
Yeah, and the thing is, it's not like you don't have any talent. It's like, I'm not going to present you just like that.
Right.
Like, just put them up there just because you're there.
Well, it made sense when you explained it. It did make sense, and I think you foresaw the future as far as the planning of the Shy projects, and you basically told me that let me get the song out there and let me let the people get to know you, and you'll see that when you come back, people will be singing your songs, and that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, and it's not that I don't want to give you the spotlight. I just want you to feel comfortable when you get it and you see people singing your song. I mean, right. George Anthony can attest to that. Phillip Anthony is one of the biggest attesters to that. Mr. All Out of Love himself. He just hosted a show a few weeks ago. And he's hosting, and they make him sing a song. It's crazy.
I told you not to speak about that anymore.
Okay.
Were you clear?
I was clear.
All right,
good.
Yeah.
I sang.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, it was good. I sang.
So to rewind to rewind a little bit, because we had a show. The artists that were scheduled to perform that night performed, but Shy was there, and he had attended the event, and a fan, quote unquote, egged him on and said, "Oh, you're Shy from TLR, you should be up on stage as well." And I never sent them a shout out. I never brought them up. And, so because people like to egg people on, it stays stuck in your head. Oh, this guy got something against me. And that's what freestyle people do all the time, but I'm happy that George Anthony took the time to sit us both down so I can explain the method to my madness.
Right.
And so here we are, 4 years later?
Almost 5 years.
Yeah, almost 5 years later.
Yeah.
And you got the hottest track right now in the last couple of weeks.
Thank you.
And people are going crazy for it. You got women over here throwing stuff.
Throwing hearts?
No, I don't know if it's hearts, but
Rocks,
throwing stuff
throwing
at
rocks.
the screen.
Your song's really clear.
Yeah, it's clear.
But I like it a lot, though.
Well,
I really do like
mixed
it.
by Edwin Ramos. So
I really do. No wonder. Okay. No, I really like it, though. It's really dope. It's dope.
Thank you.
But it was the evolution. You came here when we were doing the top 40 songs of 2018, and we played the demo. And then a few weeks later, we got to talk about the version that was completed. And then, you went back into the studio and was like, I'm going to record the vocals again. I'm going to do ad-libs and backgrounds. And then it evolved again. And I got the extended version. which is nice because I can introduce it and outro it.
When we brought it in, it was like fresh. It was a demo. It was really demo. I had no backgrounds.
Believe you me, I know because I got calls from
J. Adams. Yeah.
Satan Adams over here.
So it was.
Because I will curse you. This is what he requested. Okay, so
Right.
I published my podcast on Thursday night. Okay, so I finished hitting publish. He went and heard it, and then he called me and says, "Can you remove the song from the podcast?" And I'm like, that's on Spotify, iHeartRadio, TuneIn, Stitcher, iTunes, Google. I was like, how do you expect me? Like, once it's published, like, they keep it in their database. I'm like, there's no way that I can do that. She goes, so you're being clear. You can't take it off? And I'm like, no, Jay. Oh, that's messed up. You gave me the song to play. I mean, so it was, he's a perfectionist over here. So, and I'm sure that he showed you that in the studio as well. Why have you been taking these trips to New England? Is it that important for you to really establish yourself right now as that single artist?
I think that New England has the strongest supporters when it comes to freestyle. Like, they are the when I say that, I mean that they go all out. Like, seriously, if they really love the song, they take it to the heart. Like, they really support you. So I had to come here because of that, because they've supported me from the beginning. So I thought it would be best after, taking a 2-year hiatus. What better place to bring it back than Springfield and, the people in Springfield.
So now it seems like you're really excited and you're like thinking about all these different things that you want to do. Are finally going to do a solo project for yourself where it includes an album?
Yes, we're going to work on an album. It should be, we're going to be working on it now. It should be like for June, July, for release for that. But that's definitely in the works for an album.
No more retirements?
It gets kind of crazy. I learned a lot from this freestyle adventure. Obviously, you grow. And I think this song spoke for itself and took off with the fans and the supporters. They really took it to another place. I didn't have to say I'm the best freestyle artist in the world. I didn't have to say I have the best producers I didn't have to say anything, but here
best
it is.
Best background singer.
Yes.
I mean, you got the guy who's doing
like pure
backgrounds for George Lamond.
Right,
you got G.A. George Anthony, the second coming of George Lamond for the new school era. And I know he's sitting here. He's like, that's not true. It is true. It's true.
But
nobody has been able to top the album Nothing Like Your Love since you released it 4 years ago. There hasn't been an album that can come close. That's George Lamond's favorite album, which he stated himself. So the fact that George sees something in you and he's working with you, George Anthony, it's great. And you can hear the vocals in the background, but he's not trying to overpower you. He's just complimenting your voice. He's supporting you, and then you have J. Adams production. You could hear that hardcore freestyle beat. You mixed it at Edwin Studio. ER doesn't have to be doing freestyle right now. He has his, career doing other forms of music. But again, see something in you, the friendship, the history, and he wants to take part in that. He called himself hashtag the new Polygon, which it's a disrespect to him because the quality of sound that comes out of Edwin Ramos' studio is amazing. I mean, he has an ear. I mean, if he has an ear for perfection.
And that's something that Angel Solis from Clear Touch is also on the song. He wrote the song with us. He's been with us since the beginning also. But getting back to Edwin, the good thing about Edwin is that he's a great engineer and he knows our music. There's a lot of engineers that do rock and rap and stuff, and then you take them freestyle. They don't know how
Could you
go
not
across
say
it.
anything negative about Jay Adams live on the radio?
No,
please?
I'm not. The Jay Allen's awesome. He's an awesome engineer.
I'm kidding. He's over there.
No, but what I'm saying is, I'm talking about like he's Grammy nominated. He's a Grammy nominated engineer, and for him to know the freestyle craft so well that he can, by ear, bring it to clarity.
Yeah, you can hear that.
You know, bring it to clarity. It's totally amazing because let's be frank. A lot of freestyle songs that are out, a lot of them are not mixed right, and they sound,
there was a couple
it's
of
definitely a great mix.
Yeah, there's a couple of samples right now that people are putting like, exclusive remix by Joe Schmo, and I'm like, it's not even on sync. I don't understand how you guys can present clips and they're not on sync. I can't understand how you would say this is a new remix and it's just the same song from 2 years ago. You slapped on a beat that they used on the other mix, and then they call it new, and I'm like, I don't know, I'm not interested.
I got a question. So out of the Jasmine Denis song that you just played and the Shy song, which one's clearer?
So when we were on Facebook Live, the joke continues. When we were on Facebook Live, we were asking everyone live what they felt about the song, and Shy said it's clear. So
I meant the like George said, I meant the message was clear, and it's clear. Like it's something awesome when you can listen to a song and listen and hear every part of the song and nothing's coming in fuzzy, or you understand?
Yeah.
So it's actually a thank you, like a thank you to put out a song and have everything clear.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's clear.
I know you like this song. I'm messing with you.
You know
man.
what? I'm gonna write a song called Clear now.
Yes.
Well, you got to have Angel on it because
There you
he's
go.
got the clear touch.
It's clear,
Exactly. I want to ask a question to G.A. George Anthony. George, what do you see in Shy?
Listen, I've known Shy for such a long time. I mean, he was a baby when I met him. Shy Baby, I think what your name was. But yeah, no, always potential in Shy. He loved to dance. He loved to sing. The eagerness, the willingness to put in work and all that stuff. It came from a very, very young age. And like he said, there was a large gap in his career. 15 years, that's a long time. I even took a there was a lapse in my career. So you guys got to come strong. So I guess, going back to what I see in Shy, I see great talent. I see somebody who takes direction well because, this experience in the studio with him was quite an experience, but, he's a little stubborn, which is fine. I was stubborn too. Me and Jay Allen's broke head. We lived together for 2 years while he recorded my album. You know what I'm saying? I was basically, we spent every night until we got this album done. It started in 2013, my album, finished in 2015. But, I was stubborn too. And he's learning to work with other people, in other words. And once he told me, yo, G, I need your help, I said, hey, as long as we do a collaborative, effort in this, then, we should be fine. And look at the end result.
This right here, this little reunion brings me back to a time that we celebrated each other. And so I talk about that a lot. If some of you have listened to this week's episode of the Freestyle Club, which we have our own app now and our own separate podcast for the Freestyle Club. So look for it on iTunes, look for it on Google Play, look for it on Spotify and iHeart. So we have the CPR's Clubhouse podcast. We got the freestyleclub.com and the Freestyle Club podcast all separate for season 2, and it's going to be a great season. But one thing that we talked about when reviewing 2018 is the lack of celebration that we do for people. How people are so scared to give credit to someone because they feel that they're going to take the shine from that person. And it's sad because I can say people have called me or try to use a derogatory term to me, which is not derogatory at all. They say, oh, you're mini Juice. You're a wannabe Jesus the Juice Vasquez. And I'm like, yes, you're right, because that's my mentor. That's the person that if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be on this radio show and I wouldn't be hosting it now. Same thing with what I see here. I see that Shy can take direction from you and direction from Jay, and you guys can collaborate. And yes, everybody bumps head, but in the end, it's all about that project, which reminds me of when Phil would come here in the early 2000s and the late 90s, and we would have the Puerto Rican Festival, and we would make money together. We would sell CDs. We would hustle, and you made 500. Oh my God, I'm so happy for you. Hey, you came out with a new song. You got a show at Aquarius nightclub. You got a show at Razzles. You know, like, hey, great. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is awesome. You know, at the end of the night, the girl that you liked, you know, she gave you the number. Oh my God, that's great. You know, like it was. So I want to go back to that. I want to go back to that celebration of events. The Shy project. I want to celebrate that. I seen bits and pieces of the effort, and one thing that you talked about, George, was the work ethic.
Yeah,
it's there. It's
you
there.
have to put the work.
The man has a full-time career doing law enforcement, and he's still like, I mean, he called me at 6:45 in the morning, and I'm like, what the heck's going on here? He's like, you know, I was like, hey man, I'm gonna get. I mean, he's excited, you know, and I love that excitement because, and I give him a hard time, but I love the fact that he's excited about how people have reacted to this new song, and how not only are people excited, but they like the song genuinely. He didn't have to push anything. He doesn't have to. He just put the song on my show, the podcast. That's it, you know. And then he went to different places, different iRadio stations, different mediums, and he said, "Hey, check this out," and they celebrate him. You know, and that's good. That's what I want. More celebration and less of this. I'm number one. You're number two. Hey, you know, I got 100. I got 100 this, and it does. It's not proactive.
Yeah, I agree. I agree 100%. And I mean, that's one of the reasons I'm here, is to celebrate you guys, because I love seeing you guys. I don't get to see you guys at all. But that was one of the. I guess that's one of the reasons it was. Well, that's one of the things that made it easier for me to transition away from freestyle and into comedy, is that wasn't there at that time. You know what I mean? There was no more of that. So it wasn't a lot to miss, you know. But so I miss that stuff now. I see it now. You guys are here. That's cool.
And even between us, you know, people like to put a riff. They saw how connected we were, and they would put riffs between us. You know, look at the way our show is right now. I'm the only person hosting the show. And if I were ever to choose to leave, or I will be escorted out, that's it. That's the end of Clubhouse after 30-something years, you know. But, you know, sometimes we got to protect the things that we love before the things that we love, you know, are destroyed. You know what I mean? And it's something that we have to protect, and we have to start protecting these brands, and we got to start protecting these friendships and these collaborations
and supporting
them as well.
That's everything right there. I mean, everyone out there listening, you got to support these songs, the Jasmine song, the Shy song. And you know, this doesn't mean, you know, free downloads. Just go out there and support the music so it can keep growing and they can keep producing, and you know, we can have Jay Adams doing more songs for more artists, and we can have more stuff from George and more stuff from Shy and all the artists that you guys really love. I mean, you know, I'd love to hear some more stuff from Angel. Haven't heard anything from him in a while. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, you know, stuff like that. We need that. It's all about the real support, and Shy touched on that. And that's why he's here, because a lot of the strongest support is right here in Western Mass because of Clubhouse.
Absolutely, and thank you.
And that's another thing. They made, like, you hear like freestyle, right? You know, but they say Clubhouse.
That's a
and
brand.
When I first came here, they were like, "Oh, you sing Clubhouse music?" I'm like, "What's that?"
Right.
You know, but they said, "Oh, like George Lamont said freestyle." They said, "No, Clubhouse." It's okay, Clubhouse.
So they took the genre of music and they titled it the title of the show.
Right.
You know, which is ridiculous. But if you ever commit a crime anywhere around the world and you use the word Clubhouse, we're going to know you're from New England.
Right.
Because of the fact that you use the word Clubhouse for freestyle. You know what I mean?
I just think, like, going back to what you were saying about the unity, I think that it should start with the artist. Like, the artists are basically the front runners of their projects, and it feels good to think that back in the 80s and 90s, freestyle artists used to hang out in one park in the Bronx called Poe Park, and then they'd go to the Devil's Nest. But this is where they met. You understand? Or La Mirage, exactly.
Yes.
So it can happen again. Like, I feel that 2019 is going to be a big...
resurgence?
Yes. And the only way that it can be strong is if artists don't let outside entities fill their heads up with things, and they just let the music speak for itself. Me, on this project, and I say it a lot, I said, This time, I'm not going to say anything. I'm going to stay quiet. I'm going to put the music out and say thank you. That's it. And that's what I did. And I've never seen, like, and as far as me and my career with the Will You Be the One, He Can't Love You, this song, the fans, the people, I don't, like, again, I always say I don't like calling people fans. I call them family. You know what I'm saying? Because if they're attached to you and they can do something for you and help you out, I consider that a family member. But the fans took it and they went to these DJ sites and was like, Shy. And they were like, Shy, who's Shy? And then they found out who Shy was, and they're like, wow. So January 1st, 2019, Shy was the first artist to throw something out there that people grabbed onto and grasped onto. And still, right now, every day they're going and they're just saying, Shy, great. I love it. Like, I love it, and I thank everybody for it, everybody's effort, because this is not only me, George Anthony, Jay Allums, and Angel. You know, this is the whole freestyle community in itself. George Lamont this morning or yesterday morning, he said, you know, I heard Shy's song was a great song. To hear that from someone that I looked up to, that I followed as a kid, I wanted to sing like George Lamont as a kid. I followed his music. To hear that was it was a blessing. It was an honor.
You have something special happening for Valentine's Day. What is it that you're going to be doing in regards to the release of the full length? Tell us about it.
So basically, what I'm doing is I'm putting versions. There's going to be different versions of the song on a CD with different producers, different respected producers. And I'm not going to give the names to the producers because I want it to be a surprise. But there's going to be certain things in the album that you're going to be like, you're going to wow. Like, it's going to be really good.
It's going to be clear?
Very clear. Very clear. But I'm gonna make it a Valentine's Day kind of occasion. So I'm putting a little teddy bear with a Shy t-shirt, and it says Shy, He Can't Love You. And I'm also putting a t-shirt where other people can wear, because I make my own t-shirt. So the t-shirt that you're gonna put on was made by me. So that's pretty cool, right? So you'll have my signature on it.
Excellent.
Can I have the one you're wearing now? No, I'm just kidding. You're welcome to come up on the 16th too if you want to do that.
I think I'm gonna take you up on that offer. Absolutely.
His shirt is very clear.
It's very clear.
Yes.
Very clear shirt.
You'll be having something in the email later.
Later?
Yes. You're gonna love it, but it's a secret.
You know why? Listen, he says, Jorge, not yet. But meanwhile, I say, Shy, not yet. I already gave it to CPR.
Right.
Let me tell you something.
Practice
and this is what we said. What were we saying coming in the car? I said, CPR is the guy who cannot keep a secret.
Like
he's like blue in the face. Like, you give him a song and you say, don't play it yet.
But he
and
has a disclaimer.
Yeah,
his disclaimer. If you send it to me, it's to play it. That's it.
That's it. You know that you can. I'd be like, you know what? Don't play that CPR. He's like, nah, I'm not gonna play it. And tonight, I have the exclusive. You know,
Jay Adams is very lucky they haven't played that new Johnny O or Jay Mazur. Because
it's out of respect.
It's out of respect I haven't played it, but that Johnny O, man.
It's amazing.
But he's been talking about it. It's like he hasn't stopped.
He's waiting.
Love the Johnny O.
He's anxious for it.
He's waiting for you to say, go ahead, guys.
No, and here's the reason. Here's the reason why I'm excited about it, because it's good quality freestyle. Next week, we're going to be debuting the brand new song from Lily Rose.
Yes.
Woo! Yes. I sat in the car last night with Willie as we were going to dinner together, and he played it. And as soon as the little girl started singing, I started crying because she sounded like Cynthia Figueroa. Yeah. It was so amazing. And Willie's like, what do you think? And he's looking at me like, what's wrong? I'm like, yo, your daughter's 10 years old, and her pipes, the way that she sings. Yo, when you hear this song next week, it's going to be just, it's over now. You know what I mean? It's like crazy. We talk about the new generation. Like, she is, to me, once you hear the song, the leader of the new generation, hands down. The vocals on Lily Rose. It's funny because Willie shared a tidbit. They went to Edwin Ramos' studio, and Edwin said, man, at 14, you know, she has a lot of talent. And Willie's like, 14? She's 10. And Edwin Ramos was like, what? She's only 10 years old. When you hear this song next week, it's going to be amazing to listen to Lily Rose and just the great effort and great presentation that we're going to have when it comes to this new song. You know, I'm supposed to be doing the top 10 countdown, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to start now. Is that okay with you guys?
Number one shot.
If you have to, go ahead.
I mean, let's just make sure it's clear.
Very clear. All right, Shai, thank you so much for stopping by.
Thank you.
Stick around. Let's see if you made the countdown. The check clear?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I think you made the countdown.
Yeah.
Did he say clear?
Clear. Yeah, I'm gonna make a T-shirt that just says clear.
Oh, by the way, that was a joke. I know people out there like to think, this is an artistic countdown or shots fired entertainment or, jazz. Listen,
Or
this is
Latinos comedy. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, this is a countdown for quality music. What I love is commercial radio style freestyle. That's what I like. That's why you hear like Aki Star on here, commercial style freestyle. That's why you hear Shy on here, because when you hear the vocals, you're like, wow, that belongs on commercial stations. That's why you hear songs from Jocelyn Enriquez, Lisette Melendez' new joint, Sharon Massarin, Carlos Barrios. Like, quality is the key. I've always said this since back in the day, and that's what we continue doing here on the show. So right now, it's time for CPR's Top 10 Countdown, the amended version, loud and clear.
Loud and clear.
And now you know. And knowing is half the battle.
Every man's heart one day beats its final beat. And if what that man did in his life makes the blood pulse through the body of others, then his essence, his spirit will be immortalized forever.
Baby, I'm loving the way that you hold me. I'm high off the things that you told me. You got me feeling like I'm your number one. I don't want the kind of love that's temporary. All I want, I want a legendary love.
Clubhouse Dance Music.
Clubhouse Dance Music.
You listen to me, you go to the top. You don't listen to me, you're never heard from again.
Just when they think they got the answers, I change the questions.
The new school. Freestyle Top 10 Countdown. Number 10.
song, sing it loud. Whoa, let them know that in unity we're strong.
Number 10.
You may say that I'm a dreamer. If dreams are dead, then I should give up. So I still believe in love. I won't give up. You may say that I'm a dreamer. If dreams are dead, then I should give up. So I still believe in love.
Hello and welcome. Welcome to CPR's Top 10 Countdown, the only countdown in the entire freestyle universe that matters. Here is a number 9 this week. It's TKA and Beth.
I hear you calling, but I can't come home right now. Me and the boys are playing, and we just can't find the sound. Just a few more hours, and I'll be right home to you. I think I hear them calling. Oh, Beth, what can I do? Beth, what can I do? You say it feels so empty, that our house just ain't a home. I'm always somewhere else, and you're always there alone. Just a few more hours, and I'll be right home to you. I think I hear them calling. Oh, Beth, what can I do? Beth, what can I do? Beth, what can I do? Beth, I know you're lonely, and I hope you'll be alright. 'Cause me and the boys will be playing all
It's CPR's Top 10 Countdown, kicking off the countdown at number 10 for 2 weeks in a row. The Freestyle Academy and I'm a Dreamer at number 10 for 2 weeks in a row. Also on the countdown at number 9, TKA and Beth. And right now we're being joined by the one and only GA, George Anthony. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. Just watching how things get done around here.
Yeah.
how you do all of
I'm
that.
having a great time here making mistakes in front of you because you make me nervous, sir. But right now we're going to continue on with the number 8 song on all of Freestyle. It's AP3, Just the Same. This is the commercial version by Jay Adams.
Find me when you keep calling my name. Remind me of why I chose this way. Defying every second of the game. Would you love me? Would you love me? Always feels like I've been hiding under lies that told me. Like I'm trapped in this disguise that over time controlled me. If I couldn't give you everything your dreams are made of. If I said I was down and out, would you love me just the same? Now we out in the crowd, hands to the clouds. Would you love me just the same? If I was singing it out, look what we found. Do you trust me just the same? Now we trapped in the sound, feet at the ground, makes it all feel the same. Let me look at you now, thinking about if you love me just the same. me an F boy, but you still F'ing me. Everybody floating around and Molly hitting me. Ain't no need to fire the sound, I got a melody. Lean on the Hennessy, rocking that perfect remedy. Flowing through your veins, you ain't never getting rid of me, girl. Now we out in the crowd, hands to the clouds. Will you love me just the same? If I was singing it loud, look what we found. Do you trust me just the same? Now we trapped in the sound, feet at the ground, makes it all feel the same. Let me look at you now, thinking about if you love me just the same. So we move to the water now. The fight with the demons in our head is just getting loud. Looking for trouble, so just look where we started now. Down with the sound, let me show you what it's all about. Now we out in the crowd, hands to the clouds. Will you love me just the same? If I was singing it loud, look what we found. Do you trust me just the same? Now we trapped in the sound, feet at the ground, makes it all feel the same. Let me look at you now, thinking about if you love me just the same.
Number 8.
And CPR with you. We are the longest running weekly episodic freestyle podcast. And all of freestyle, the only freestyle show available on Spotify, iHeartRadio, TuneIn, also on iTunes, and of course Google Play. You can also check out Stitcher. Go to cprsmusic.com for more links and information. Right now, it's a big debut.
Hasn't been easy. You've been hurt, torn apart, you've been lied to. If you give me the chance, I will show you all this pain inside your heart. It's tearing you apart and it's hiding your feelings. No one ever thought that you would be the one, 'cause it's love and I know it was meant to be. Looking back into the past, I realized that today and tomorrow it's always you. I think about you every day. Hold me close, take my hand, you're not lonely. I wanna be with you. With all my heart, with all my heart. I promise you, I'll be protected to love. I won't break your heart. With all my heart, I want you in my life. I promise you, I need you in my world. Never, I won't break your heart,
And CPR's Top 10 Countdown at number 10, the Freestyle Academy and I'm a Dreamer 2 weeks in a row. At number 9, TKA and Beth. Number 8, AP3. And just the same, number 7, the man they call Shy with All My Heart, brand new to the countdown. Also on the countdown at number 6, it's Take Me by Quatla Bay. And here's number 5 this week. It's Burials versus Zone running Redux.
Trying to keep up the pace. What could I do? Lost without you. Love won't fit if it's not true. Some way, somehow, we'll work it out.
I'll never leave you
now. Every little movement, every little itty bitty thing you're doing, every word said, every point proven. Race for the chance to keep this love grooving. Look how I react, fighting for this love to stay intact. Come on.
I'll come back and find you. I'll never leave you now. Change the hands of time.
Change the hands of time.
There's no more turning back, 'cause I know I'm gonna make you mine.
Make you mine.
I'm running from the truth, but I don't wanna lose my faith.
Don't wanna lose my faith.
Now I'm running back to you, 'cause I know I made a big mistake.
No more mistakes, no more.
It's Burials versus Zone running Redux. It's CPR's Top 10 Countdown. Once again, at number 5 this week is Burials versus Zone running Redux. At number 4, Aki Star from Spanish Fly. And the voices in my head. And right now is the return of Jocelyn Enriquez. And this is To Love Again, at number 3. For 2 weeks in a row. Big shout outs going out to Tim Spitting Shover. Boom!
Face to face, we meet again. Time has passed and slipped away. You were there and I was here, but our love always remains. I can't deny, though I tried, it's always been you in my
LM in the house with the ladies. Are you ready?
Number 2.
Here we go.
It's CPR's Top 10 Countdown. At number 5 this week, it's Barrios versus Zone, The Running Redux. At number 4, Aki Star and Voices in My Head. At number 3, Jocelyn Enriquez and To Love Again for 2 weeks in a row. And as we continue on, also for 2 weeks in a row, it's Lisette Melendez featuring Judy Torres, Lisa, and C-Bank. This is Rise, the remix. Number 2 for 2 weeks in a row, right here on CPR's Top 10 Countdown.
Number 2.
There's no way I'll compromise. You can do what you want, can't make me do what I want. Stop looking so surprised, you know this day would come around. I'm standing my ground, there's no way that I'll love now. You'll never hurt me again, cause I will fight till the end. It's been a long time coming, a long time coming now. Rise, walk on now, cause love don't live here anymore. Rise, I refuse to fall, cause I will rise above it all. I'm sorry to say that it has to end this way. I really want you to know, I think it's time you should go. Someday you realize, gave you my heart and all I had. I'm standing my ground, there's no way that I'll love now. You'll never hurt me again, cause I will fight till the end. You should understand, won't ever let you tear me down. Rise, walk on now, cause love don't live here anymore. Rise, I refuse to fall, cause I will rise above it all. Rise, walk on now, cause love don't live here anymore. Rise, I refuse to fall, cause I will rise above it all. Above it all. Rise.
Clubhouse Dance Music. Dance Music. Dance Music. Clubhouse Dance Music. Your number one source for everything freestyle.
Try to keep me down, cause I will rise. You'll never keep me down, cause I will rise. You'll try to keep me down, but I will rise. Can't take it anymore, it's time for you to go. I'll make it on my own, make it on my own. Rise, I will rise above it all.
requested song on Clubhouse Dance Music. Number one. Number one.
Long as you're by my side, I know you
week on CPR's Top 10 Countdown, 2 weeks in a row. It's Wendy. And if I tell you...
This is CPR Jose Ortiz, Mr. Exclusive. Freestyle premiere on Clubhouse Dance Music and the CPR's Clubhouse Podcast.
You've been hurt, torn apart, you've been lied to. If you give me the chance, I will show you all the pain inside your heart. It's tearing you apart and it's hiding your feelings. No one ever thought that you would be the one, 'cause it's love and I know it was meant to be. Looking back into the past, I realize that today and tomorrow it's always you. Because of your past mistakes, there's no need to worry now. I'll guide you through it somehow. I'll be the one.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute. Let me just pause that for a second. Is that George Anthony on this track? In the studios, we got Shy and George Anthony. They're still here. I had to pause that for a second. What a surprise. Exclusive remix with Shy featuring George Anthony and with All My Heart exclusively right here on the CPR Clubhouse podcast. But anyways, how did you guys come up with this version?
I was late earlier.
Is this mic on?
Yeah, the mic is on.
Yeah, no, as a matter of fact, it was a surprise for Shy. You know, what I do is with Jay Allen's, like I do with all my projects, I like to keep it on the wraps. And, of course, I'll share with you, CPR, Mr. Exclusive. And it was a surprise for Shy. You know, I love the song so much, and I saw all the work that he put into it. And, you know, we were in the studio really, like, breaking our heads. And I said, you know what, Jay, let's do a remix to it, and I would love to be a part of it. So it's more like I wanted to be on the project, and also a little surprise for my boy, Shy.
Well, here we go again.
Sneak peek.
Here we go.
It's gonna be
on the
We got to get out of here, by the way. Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you so much. February 14th, you're going to check out Shy's CD single with the package, a little teddy bear, a shirt. But also on the single, you're going to have Shy featuring George Anthony on the single.
And there's more.
And there's
we're not gonna say
so much more. You know, I feel like a kid at Christmas.
It's gonna be awesome. Wait till you.
Christmas.
Wait till you.
A lot of surprises.
Wait till you hear the last. Wait till you hear the CD. You're gonna be like, what?
It's CPR saying goodbye. And remember, it's not who you love, it's how. Leaving you with a sneak peek is Shy featuring George Anthony now with All My Heart.
Hasn't been easy. You've been hurt, torn apart, you've been lied to. If you give me the chance, I will show you all the pain inside your heart. It's tearing you apart and it's hiding your feelings. No one ever thought that you would be the one, 'cause it's love and I know it was meant to be. Looking back into the past, I realize that today and tomorrow it's always you. I promise you, love and protect you, never neglect you. I won't break your heart. With all my heart, I promise you, love and protect you, never neglect you. I won't break your heart. I know love will feel afraid because of your past mistakes. There's no need to worry now. I'll guide you through it somehow.